We shall see. The only way to know is once you're on the field, duking it out. And that is the situation that we find ourselves in here now in Losers Finals. Only 3 remain in this tournament. Austin, the one, winner side of Grand Finals, and he will be facing one of these 2 gentlemen once this best of 5 set concludes. But every 5-game set starts with a game 1. And we'll see if it ends up going that far. As this will be Denti pulling out the Pokemon Trainer up against Cheeks. And like you said, starting out with the Squirtle, trying to find that early game percent, but it's Cheeks that has turned it around and is off to that hot start.
You know, Denti not able to really find his hits. He doesn't have the biggest limbs. He's got to catch a preemptive swing coming out of Cheeks.
Like we said, man, it's the whip punishes. That's what King K was doing well in that last set. That's what Denti has got to do now. Is find those whip punishes and, you know, get Cheeks for going, stepping over his bounce, as it were.
Denti caught at the ledge, still so much damage on board.
Now Denti center stage, that's been the big thing, is center stage Denti has been obnoxiously terrifying tonight. Once he makes you approach him, well, there's no hope, and he's just going to time out this limit, man. He has no qualms doing so.
Denti is so comfortable on that ledge.
And there it goes. So Cheeks, he says, well, if you want to stick yourself in a corner, I am still Cloud. I still got a big sword to swing at you. But look at that. Denti chasing him all the way into the corner, and it takes a quick turnaround from Cheeks to get that stock.
Seeing the Zard come, gonna get the back throw. Oh my goodness, getting so aggressive, and Cheeks goes for the trade, taking Denti's stock at such a low percent. That was nearly 0.
Yeah.
Sub 20 for sure.
That's what Cloud can do for you. You can instantly go back up that next stock that you want. It's sometimes even more dangerous than that old classic Chromosite. Rest in peace. Not really in peace. I don't think really anybody. Anyways, Cheeks only needs to get one more stock off of Denti, but you know, I think the big part of him that will find that success is the one that doesn't see it as one more stock to victory, but that he is one stock ahead, and that he just needs to continue to maintain that lead rather than just try to finish off the game. Because again, that's how we saw King K lose that last set, was seeing himself as 1 hit away from winning rather than seeing himself as, you know, just making his opponent make that mistake first. Both of these guys have got pretty solid defense, but it's Cheeks who is usually the one that is going in, getting very aggressive. Gives up a lot of stage doing so sometimes.
There's a down air. This brings it down to last stocks. You know how gimpable Cloud can be, especially when you got the Pokemon Trainer piloting the other, the other squad.
Difficult to get around that off stage, so Cheeks is going to do everything he can to stay on stage and just get that clean closeout that he's looking for. But Denti doesn't want to give it to him. He's trying to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. All it takes, a couple more up here, man. Wow, just runs right up and grabs him.
Gets the fine whip. Oh, is this a punish?
Cheeks with the quick climb hazard out, as he is wont to do. Denti tries to catch him going to ledge, and the switch to the Charizard almost saves him.
Yeah, he wanted that extra weight, but it wasn't quite enough.
I don't know how that DI looked. It looked pretty good. Definitely was not DIing it horribly. You saw that he did have a little bit of an upward trajectory, but DI probably not being a factor there. Cheeks just had a very well-placed back air. And of course, with it retreating as well after that back air, even if that had been shielded by Denti, Cheeks is still the one with control of the stage, standing in center right on that Pokeball.
We're going to see what kind of changes Denti needs to make there on Battlefield. Again, stage that is going to big benefit the Squirtle combo game.
He talked about how Pokemon trainers suffers when, you know, these Pokemon don't have the platforms to play with. All of them get a little bit of a playground with this. I mean, of course, Squirtle gets the big combo game, the big extensions here on Battlefield. Ivysaur, of course, just gets to cover so much since he has all those big, massive hitboxes, and Charizard gets the kills on them as well. But man, let's talk about a guy that can cover platforms. Cloud is your man. This was his sandbox back in Smash 4. Not too much has changed for him in that aspect here in Ultimate.
Climb Hazard scaring me a little bit on that downward swing.
Sometimes you wonder, is he going to actually make it back to ledge, or is he just going to fall to his doom? But Cheeks is in control, and he just wants Denti to come to him. But like we said, platforms can get to kills. I'm shocked it didn't do it, so Denti has to go out and finish the job up close and personal.
But he does get it done with that forward air. That he's sitting at 123%.
Sticking with the Charizard is probably the good idea. Once again, extra weight can't hurt when you're just trying to live, but even then, it's just not enough sometimes against that big Buster Sword.
Yeah, the great thing about this, though, is that when he respawns, he goes straight to the squirrel, doesn't have to waste any time.
No switches, no invincibility gone. That's all about, you know, once again, building up that damage quick. Can Denti do it? Normally, he has been able to. Withdraw. Again, I feel like Denti finds a lot of success with that withdraw. And, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, neighbor, but I just feel like he doesn't telegraph it a lot.
Yeah, no, he does a really good job of throwing it out at a very particular spacing. Where the opponent's not ready for it.
Yeah.
Not ready to react.
Cheeks is not ready for these Razor Leafs. It looks like his only answer so far has just been really to run away right there. And that's the first time he's had a real solid answer to them, is that shield, and had enough time to run in and get that grab. Great coverage there, making sure that Denti doesn't get overzealous with a down air, but zealous as ever with the forward smash.
Denti baiting get-up attacks with that charge is working so well.
He's got that wind back. Smash 4 Falcon, man. Right back to ledge. Denti often going to go for that extra Vine Whip through the stage. Parry doesn't set up for anything, and in fact, makes Denti a little bit too aggressive to come in after Cheeks right there. Once again, extra weight from Charizard. Feels like a commentator's curse at this point. He just seems to die every time, but that time, it does help him out.
Limit close to being live.
Oh, back to what a mash! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, one pummel, but at 25%, you don't get nothing. Nothing for free on this.
I thought Cheeks was going to go for the clip, man. And it turns out that he did anyways. Now he could be in serious trouble as he's struggling to close off the stock against Denti. He does finally find it by just swinging wildly, but that's a little bit been the story, is that Cheeks has been struggling to find the kills and just needs a stray hit to finish it. Now, luckily, he's playing a character like Cloud that can facilitate that, but that's been the issue for him. Right now, he's having an issue getting on stage.
Denti played with a little bit of lead, but that limit is almost coming through again.
Oh my gosh. Denti is doing the equivalent of Cheeks doing the climb hazards.
Yeah.
It's just in a different direction.
Ooh.
Yeah, Cheeks says, dude, you gotta stop. And Denti says, okay, we'll go to the Ivysaur. I'm known for it. Right, back. Ooh. Denti's doing a lot of these get-ups with the Razor Leafs. I get it. Transcendent projectile. Really safe, but right up in a Cloud's face. That's scary. And now, once again, ledge traps being set up by Cheeks. Got the damage built up. Is he going to scout out those jumps again? This time, Denti has the mix-up.
Empty land there so he could get the grab. You know that he's been spacing that forwarder consistently. Denti was waiting for it.
Ooh. And Cheeks, with that dash attack, he's going to close it out there with that cross slash, but I wanted to point out that dash attack on ledge, really smart from him, because he's seeing that Denti has been going for so many of those jump Razor Leaves and then floating on stage, built to punish that, but that was one of those times that Denti already had the adaptation game online, dropped below, smacked him with that Vine. In the end, doesn't matter. Cheeks is closing out these stocks in some fashion, not in any fancy way, not in any big confirmed combo, but just straight and easy. Stray hit will do it eventually.
Going to this battlefield. Gonna see if Denti can make it happen. Take this to a game 4 or 5.
Wow, what great coverage there from Cheeks. That looked like a frame trap to me too. Making Denti air dodge through that blade beam. The only way he's not going to get hit by it, and immediately had a bigger punish waiting for him. 100% right off the bat without taking a hit yet. And this is where Clip's cheek starts to come in.
We'll just get damage instead of protection surge with those jabs. But, well, again, beautiful anti-air out of that cross slap.
Anti-airs have been really, really good from Denti so far. I mean, that Nair especially is one of them. Cheeks loves swinging in with that forwarder, and if you've already got that Nair swinging, Cloud's going to get his hand clipped. He's going to go, ow! Ah! Got some brambles in there. A little bit more than brambles with these juggles from Denti, though. When he gets those on lock, he can carry them a long distance, but getting shot a long distance by that cross slash. I love that Cheeks has just consistently been sticking with what's working and not trying to do anything fancy when the simple, clean stuff is working.
At that percent, almost anything would have taken it.
Like we said, man, having trouble getting the stocks early, but if you're consistently getting there, it doesn't matter. Denti finding one of those explosive stocks of his own, though, that's the reason that he has been able to stick close with Cheeks in all of these games, is that Denti has been the one finding those explosive kills.
Flame Hunter's going to be able to get him at a disadvantage yet again.
Oh my gosh, Cheeks trying to authoritatively send Denti to that last stock. Coverage has been excellent at the ledge from Cheeks. I'd love to see him continue to do it. Went for the up smash instead of the vine whip like he always has, and that one time it doesn't work.
Once again, all the way across stage. But Denti has center.
Wow, once again, forward smash. Just covers so much range.
Man, you don't think it'd be like it is, but it do.
Oscar Gamble, man. Embodying the spirit of the man. But right now, Cheeks has got to embody the spirit of a man at KFC that is determined to see the bottom of that bucket. He's got to finish his plate. With the Charizard coming out, again, we've talked about it. You know, Denti makes that switch because, for the sole purpose of making that exact task harder. And so far, Cheeks has been able to do a good job of it by just getting the simple and clean hits, but it looks like Denti is just playing outside of that range now. It looks like Denti has figured out a little bit that threat zone from Cloud, but even then, gotta be wary of when that limit's up.
Eventually does drop that stock. Cheeks sitting at 71. But honestly, he can die at almost any percent, so the more they climb, the less it matters.
Those high percents, man. Anything, like we said, simple and clean from Cloud is all you need to do. Right now, simple and clean is how Cheeks is actually making that comeback. Nothing too flashy. May go flashy off stage. The Charizard Flare Blitz does work out as Cheeks does not want to chase him too far.
My goodness, down to last stocks here.
Air Dodge, so smart.
Taking this would be a 3-0 fashion, bringing him dominantly in the grand finals, but Denti definitely going to have something to say about that.
Wow, what a recovery from Cheeks. Testing the very limits of Cloud's ability to get back from off stage. Now Denti's got to do the same. How do you get off ledge as a heavy? Well, if you got that disjoint, it works out.
Man, no fear from Cheeks to just keep pressing that button.
Just wants to continue to keep the pressure on Denti. Doesn't want to give him time to breathe, time to figure out what he's got to do to counter. Even so percents. Fast. That's a big commit, and Cheeks doesn't even need to use the limit. Dash attack takes it 3-0 over Denti.
Man, that was so solid from Cheeks.
Super solid. That last one may have been a nail biter, but they're talking about it, man. Cheeks didn't feel the need to go for anything super crazy. It was just, Cloud's got a big sword. The hits hurt. I keep it simple and clean in here.
Man, that's impressive. When you think back to the winner set between Cheeks and Austin, it was down to the wire, last hits, and some shenanigans ended the game. I'm very excited after that kind of a performance against Denti. Just a smooth 3-0.
Smooth as butter, dude.
How we're going to see grand finals play out.
Yeah,